Hey y'all. Alright, we're on part 2 of Reddit, the Reddit Talks video, or Let's Talk Reddit video. And it's clearly another day, another week, and we are just gonna proceed like before. So I gave y'all some vanilla subreddits. I gave y'all the subreddits, you know, that y'all can hang in. And now I'm going to give y'all the subreddits that are good for attracting customers. Okay? Alright, so we got Chubby. That's for my thicker girls. JOI or Joy. That is J off instruction for those of you that don't know. Those are clips of, it could be clips of you encouraging them, like a little gif you made of your video, and you know you're encouraging them. You'll see when you get there, whatever. All right, you have Curvy, also for curvier women. It could be for plus size curvy women or smaller curvier women, just curvy. They do prefer more thicker girls in there, but you could be a smaller one and post in there just as long as you're pretty curvy. And Knock Me Up, which is for the breeding fetishes. All right, another one is BDSM and BDSM community. BDSM community is usually for the people to discuss in there more so. BDSM is where all of the actual content is posted. And Nails Gone Wild. So if you have some pretty nails, you want to show them off by grabbing your la or whatever, that's another one. I forget the scientific, is it scientific? I don't think it's scientific, but the longer term rather for nail fetish. But yes, that is a thing. And another one I post in is Armpit Fetish. I find that a lot of people like my armpits, so whether I'm hairy or not, I do post an armpit fetish. So yes, those are some ones that you can post in. Those are not seller subreddits, but those are ones that will gear towards the customers that will like that stuff that you're posting in. So people that like armpits, they will come to you for sessions once they see you selling sessions. The people that like nails, they'll come to you for, you know, nail. I'm not sure, did I post about ebony and feet? I'm not sure if I posted about this one, but ebony feet is another one, and ebony is another one, and black and brown feet is another one as well. So those are all feet fetish subreddits. And black and brown is black, the letter N, brown, feet. Sorry if y'all hear the kids yelling in the background. They always tend to be outside when I want to record. All right, so next we're going to briefly discuss the seller subreddits, which are sex sells. Sex sells is the most popular one. That's the one everybody posts in, and when you post in there, you got to be on it. You got to post back to back. They do have a rule that says you shouldn't post back to back, but at the same time, I'm just saying, when it's peak time, when it's that peak time that I mentioned in the last video, where it's like that between 11 and 2 a.m. Listen, it's the first person that they see, they coming to. The first person they see that they like, they coming to. Now you probably won't have to post as much, because some people, if you have a certain unique look to you, then you know, they'll just keep scrolling until they find you. Like me, I'm usually, for whatever reason, it always seems like that around that time, I'm usually the biggest one and the darkest one. If not the darkest one, I'm usually the biggest one. And I'm perfectly fine with that, because I know that somebody that's looking for me, they're going to keep scrolling until they look. And they see I'm their size preference, they see I'm their color preference, and they're going to come. So it's perfectly fine. Like, it's not a bother to me. Then you got some people who don't care what you look like at all. They're going to see whichever is turning them on the most. So the main thing I'm saying is be sure to be on it. I'm not saying you got to post every minute, but maybe like 2 to 3 posts per hour would help. Okay, when you first starting out, and then as you start to get customers, you could post like once or twice per hour until you finish. All right, so sex sells. Use Pennies for You. That is for people in particular that sell panties. I'm not a penny selling expert, so I can't tell you that. A few experiences, it's just that, a few experiences. I'm not an expert on that, so you're gonna have to look that up yourself. But use pennies, the number 4, letter U. NSFW buys, that's another great one for me. I love that one. And Kick Snap sales. All right. So yes, those are the main ones I post in. If you don't post in nothing else, please post in sex sales. They'll end up suggesting other rooms to you. I noticed they more so did this when I was new on Reddit. So, I mean, they do still suggest other rooms, specifically if you're new to that particular room. But yeah, they'll suggest you other rooms. Another way you can find rooms, not rooms, subreddits, is by clicking on other girls' pages. If you see comments on certain pages, which I'll let you know which pages I'm referring to in a minute. If you see certain comments that catch your attention, or it's a seller that's always a seller in like sex sales or something that you've seen, you like her pictures and stuff, or she looks similar to you, you can go on her page and see other groups that you can join that she's posted in. So yeah, you can do stuff like that too. It's pretty easy to find other groups to join. Alrighty, next we have karma. I could have sworn I discussed karma already. Let me see. Maybe I didn't. I want to make sure I'm not repeating myself because I don't want to irritate you guys. Alright, so I'm going to just assume that I didn't. And if I did, I'll just cut this part of the video out. Karma. Okay, so the karma is basically just a collection of the amount of the comments and likes that you've given and you've received as well, particularly the comments and likes that you've given, and well, the comments that you've given and the likes you've received. Yeah, that's the stuff that makes your karma go up, as well as your karma go up, as well as it also counts when you receive certain awards. And the awards are like the coins, the virtual gifts and stuff. It's not real money, but you can use it to give other people as well. And like I said, it makes your karma go up. It makes, the more karma, the more legit you look, you know. So it's always good. And like I said, it's not the coins, it's not real money, or at least to my knowledge, it's not. If anybody knows anything about the coins and it's really money, I need y'all to let me know, seriously. But to my knowledge, it's just for you to give other people. And someone gifted me a really high one day, and I was let into this other part of Reddit, this little subreddit that I guess only people that get rewarded that particular award gets in. It was very interesting. Very interesting. I was only in there for like a month. But yeah. Alrighty. So I hope y'all understood that, because that one was kind of all over everywhere. So karma is a collection of the comments and likes that you receive and give out. And the more karma that you have, the more legit you look. Also, the coins are gifts that you receive, virtual gifts that you receive that you can also give to others. Yeah. The support subreddits. The support subreddits are sex workers only, Camgirl problems, sellers circle stage, and client cringe. Okay, client cringe really isn't a sex worker support group, but it definitely is there for you to just post about your aggravating clients. A lot of people like to post there. A lot of full service sex workers. I love watching full service sex workers post about anything, because you know, full service sex workers are top tier to me, in my opinion. Yeah, so sex workers only. It's supposed to be a sex workers only subreddit, but you know, there's always that one guy that creeps in being a jerk, but they clear him out. Sex workers only, that's the one I'm usually in most of the time. Camgirl problems, you will obviously see women from the camming industry in there particularly. Sex workers only is for everyone, people in all parts of the industry. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was made specifically at first for full service sex workers, and other workers ended up probably wanting to be included or whatever. And yeah, that's what I've gathered from looking at old posts from like 2-3 years ago. So yeah, so everybody gets to join sex workers only, but it is a lot of full service workers in there. So if you are one of those people that are against full service, stay away from there. Honestly, not being funny, y'all can stay away from here, okay? Because I stand with full service sex workers, okay? All right, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. We do not full service work shame over here at all. Not even a little bit. Okay? I was finna say something else, but I'm gonna stop right there. All right, so yeah, Camgirl Problems is specifically for cam girls. So yeah, if you're a cam girl, which most of y'all are watching this, go in there. You'll also have some phone sex workers that'll post in there as well, but for the most part, it's cam girls, and they be wanting to know stuff. Also, when you post in any of these rooms, before you start asking questions, please use the search bar. I do not be in Camgirl Problems no more, because I'm not gonna lie, I cannot stand seeing the same questions. When I first got on there, I saw that it was a search bar. I used the search bar. I'm like, oh, good thing I didn't ask this, because it's like 300 more questions regarding the same thing I was gonna post about. Please use the search bar. You can tell a certain tone when people respond to you sometimes, and I don't want nobody getting smart with y'all in the comments talking about, yeah, it's this right here, but you could have searched that in the search bar, or use the search bar. You know, you could tell people's tones sometimes. Not all the time, because you can't just assume people getting smart with you from text. But it's certain context clues you can use to tell that somebody's getting smart with you. And being like, girl, you could have used the search bar for that. So use the search bar, please. Please, please, please. Because it's one particular girl in both of those subreddits, particularly sex workers only. But she be in Camgirl Problems too. And she be like, for the 1000th time, for the 1000th time, use the search bar. Also, if you're one that is real sensitive to a lot of things, I suggest you not post in there on either one of the subreddits, because people not gonna hold your hand. People not gonna people not gonna sugarcoat nothing with you, especially when you the one in the wrong. I actually just came across a thread on there where, on Sex Workers Only, where a girl was basically mad at everyone else for telling her that she was wrong for using other women's pictures, and she was also, in that same sentence, down talking sex workers and referring to y'all as sex workers like us, not like us versus her type thing. It was very disturbing to see. Like, she saw no issue with her using people pictures to scam men. Like, you were not doing sex work, honey. You was scamming people, okay? You was scamming people. That is considered revenge, right? Because you're using people pictures that you're not supposed to. Is that considered revenge? Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But that's something. I know that's a charge of something, right? So yeah, it can get kind of messy in there as far as like arguments and stuff. I done got into like 2 on Camgirl Problems in particular. The last one, she tried me, but she had the whole team on the side. But I ain't care. I stood my ground. Now, was I wrong? I probably was. I probably was. I didn't think of it till like a month later. I was like, yeah, I probably was a little extra for that, but whatever. I don't care. She still tried me. But really, I don't be on there no more, because it's highly annoying to see the same stuff repeatedly. But if you have a helping spirit and you don't mind seeing that stuff all the time, and you don't mind helping people repeatedly with the same stuff, then go ahead. But yeah, I'm kind of worn out from that. Excuse me. So I don't really join that anymore unless I want to search something in particular, which as of lately I haven't had to. So I'm usually only in Sex Workers Only. Okay. So you also have Seller Circle subreddit. Oh, Seller Circle Stage subreddit. That is the one that people use. People that's usually in the seller subreddits, like sex sales and all of that, particularly sex sales. They're in there, and they'll ask questions about like how to sell panties, how to do this, how to do that. What y'all prices at? What times are good for you? That's where I actually asked about what was the peak times for everyone, and that was when I found out everybody's peak time was pretty much the same as mine. Yeah, that's where I found that out about. So they usually talking about direct sales more so in there in Seller Circle Stage. And Client Cringe, like I said, that is not much of a support group. It's just a place where you can post about your clients annoying you. Also, please keep in mind that everyone can see your comments and posts. Everyone, as soon as they click on your page, they can see your comments and posts. So it's not like on other social medias where you can like kind of private certain things to only certain people seeing it, or you can have a close friends. Nah, it's they see everything. So I talk mess about my clients on my page. I didn't care, and I talk mess to them even on my during my cam shows when they trying me. So it's okay. Like my persona is exactly the same. When you're disrespectful, you're disrespectful. So I'm gonna post about that, and they do see it sometimes, and they end up coming back to apologize if I haven't blocked them already. They come back to apologize and try again, as they should. But you have for some things, I do believe it's just certain things you probably do need a separate ending page for. So if you prefer to and you want that like to vent about your clients, go get an ending page. If that's something you do on a regular, because it's not something I do on a regular, it's something I do every now and again, and when I feel triggered to, which is not many times because I don't tolerate much. But when you are a person that want to talk about them all the time, yeah, get an ending page. Don't be having your page filled with a literal mixture of you talking mess about clients, talking mess about girls, and also trying to sell to those same people that you're talking mess about. Like I said, I'm more so petty when I do it because I want my clients that I found from there to see what they did to piss me off, what they did wrong. I want them to see that if they're coming back to me, they need to correct it, and that's that. But for the most part, if you do it all the time, like every time, every post you make, dang near every post you make on your page is dedicated to a client pissing you off or doing something, or even if you're rightful in what you're doing, you're complaining about, and it's not just a random vent or rant, it's best that you just get a separate ending page, okay? So yeah. Go live on Reddit. For me, the live feature hasn't been working lately, so I don't know if that's on my end or if I have to do something extra to go live. But go live on Reddit, or even participate in other lives. But if you want to gain followers, go live on Reddit. I like it. I like going live on Reddit. I've actually enjoyed going live on there a few times. I've been late on cam when I've been live on there. It's very interesting, and you'll get other girls to join you too, other women from the other subreddits that have followed you. They'll, interact with you a little more there. So yeah, go live on Reddit. It's fun if you want to. If you'd rather not, then yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'm so sorry about that sound. But yeah, it's a suggestion. One more thing, two more things. Reply to comments very often. It shows you're real. Reply to the comments. You don't always have to make a verbal comment. It could just be a heart or a star. It could be a heart or a star, or just something to indicate that you read it. Something to indicate that you read it so that you'll look real, because a lot of times the fake pages or the people that's posting stuff, other people's content, they don't respond, and they don't respond because they really just going after one thing. So yeah, make sure you respond to them, make it know that you're real. I'm almost done, y'all, I promise. Even though I said that it is perfectly fine to vent about your clients on your ending post, or every now and again if you're petty, if you're petty and want to get their attention or whatever, for the most part, just post and go. Don't get into no mess. Don't fall into no mess. It's best to not get into no mess. It's amazing, and it's kind of hard to not get into any mess, because the mess starts from literally the most random, unnecessary stuff that people didn't have to catch an attitude about. One girl posted about her client in one of them, and she was talking about how he was a time waster, this, that, and the third, and I said, there's a lot of chit chat going on in here. That was it. And she's like, that's a weird comment to make. And I'm like, she's like, what kind of comment is that? What does that mean? That's a weird comment to make. And I'm like, nothing, it doesn't mean anything. It's a lot of chit chat going on in here. Just an observation, that's all. And it was a lot of chit chat going on. And then she didn't get mad at, well, I mean, other than that one comment she made to me, she didn't really say nothing else to me, but she did get mad at everybody else in the comments who I guess was basically saying the same thing I was. They was just, I ain't gonna lie, they was a little more harsh. Which they should have been, because it's like, yeah, they're time wasters, but at the same time, you wasting your own time by continuously talking to them. Like, you don't have to do that, okay? Unless you're doing it all in fun and you know for sure that, yeah, I'm wasting my own time right now, but I don't care. I'm having a little fun. I want to respond to them. I want to troll them back. That's one thing. But if you're doing it and you're around here complaining that they're a time waster, and it's like, girl, you literally can just block them right now. You can literally, it's like, what exactly did you expect people to say? Like, did you think we were going to condone that or what? You know, when silly situations are occurring, you can't get mad at anybody for calling out that you probably shouldn't have did that. You know, so referring back to what I said earlier, if you're going to be sensitive about stuff, don't post nothing personal. Don't post no venting session. Don't post no rant. Because yeah, you have some people that'll be like, you know, they'll rightfully call to you. You need somewhere to vent. They'll console you, give you support, let you know you can DM them. But when it's just silly stuff that could have been avoided, you'll have some people that'll be like, oh, it's okay, it's a lesson learned, which is true. But then you'll have people that are more straightforward, like, you shouldn't have did that. Half of that was your fault. Don't do it again. And instead of people just taking that advice in, they'll get offended. So just post and go. Just post and go. Don't indulge in nothing. Yeah. And if you do indulge in stuff, let it be from your ending page or let it be rare on your public page, your main page. Lastly, it's basically what I just said. Kind of keep in mind that everyone can see your comments and posts. Everybody can see your stuff. Well, I said that earlier, I believe, but I want to reiterate it because it seems like people forget, or maybe they just don't care, like me. Keep in mind, everybody can see your stuff. Some people tend to be shocked by that, and they don't learn until they say something real racist or something real, just very disturbing on their public page, like very questionable on their public page, and they realize that, oh, a bunch of people saw that. And sometimes you can delete stuff, but sometimes when you delete stuff, they can still see it, or they can at least see the comments that were responded to it. So yeah, be careful and realize that everybody can see your stuff. Other than that, just have fun with it. Use it for what it is. Use it for business. And if you're ever invited to any side, like private groups, like group chats, don't engage. Not being funny, don't engage. I don't engage in none of the group chats I'm in. It's like I said, it's amazing to see how easy drama can get started just from a simple comment. People really don't know how to take the truth, or, you know, how to handle something being told to them in love. They really don't. So yeah, and like I said, you can read into stuff too much when it's text only. It's like somebody said something to you and they didn't even mean it in a rude way, like it may have came off, but because it's only in text, you're reading it how you want to read it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the Reddit video. I hope this was helpful to somebody. I hope y'all take everything that I spoke on in here and use it. I hope it's helpful to everyone once again, and let me know how it works out for y'all. Like I said, like anything else, it might not be jumping immediately, but it's definitely money to be made there. And also, it's another fun social media. I like Reddit. I'm on Reddit a lot. A lot. So yes, thank y'all for watching and have a great day. See y'all later.